A heavy bag is an extremely useful piece of training equipment. I like to do my bag training in rounds, either 2, 3, or 5 minutes each, depending on the type of fight I'm training for. If you train alone, get a round timer or a stopwatch so you know how to pace yourself. You perform like you practice, so the more closely your training resembles the sport, the better. It's always important to train with an objective in mind. Randomly hitting the bag might be fun, but there are better ways to approach bag training. This round in the video, I'm doing 3 things. 1, I'm methodically changing my distance from kicking range, to punching range, to clinching range. 2, I'm trying to set up every power shot with a striking combination. 3, in the second half of the round, I check to see how quickly I can sprawl after throwing a combination. I do at least 2 3-minute rounds per day, every day. And each round, I'll focus on at least one different aspect of striking. Sometimes I'll spend the entire round only throwing jabs, for example. Try that. You'll learn a ton about how to use that specific punch. Sometimes I practice specific combinations. Sometimes I take my bag down and practice ground striking. And yes, I admit, sometimes I get lazy and just hit the thing. This particular bag I'm using is a 4-foot, 100-pound boxing bag from Everlast. Ideally, for kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA training, I'd use a 6-foot, 150-pound Thai bag like the ones that they have in most good fight gyms. But I don't have the room for one in my apartment. Also, the boxing bag is a much cheaper alternative, and it works pretty well. The base of the bag is hard, and it should be. That way, you'll be able to condition your shins for roundhouse kicks and shin blocks. Some guys do pretty crazy things to condition their shins, like hitting their legs with sticks, rolling glass Coke bottles over their shins, and so on, but the best way to prepare your shins for kicking is by kicking a solidly packed heavy bag. That way, you train kicking and conditioning simultaneously. Also, it's ideal to have the bag mounted in a place that allows you to move around it 360 degrees. This allows you to circle the bag much as you would your opponent in a real fight, and practice lateral movement as well as striking. Since I rent my apartment, I can't hang my heavy bag from the ceiling like I'd like to, so I use a bag stand, which is a shame since my stand doesn't allow for much movement around the bag at all. A heavy bag gives you instant feedback on your striking. It's one of the best conditioning and training tools there is. So, if you're serious about fight training and you don't have a heavy bag, get one.